Hi, welcome back to PAA 9 Mechanics. You know, every day people jump in their cars and they turn the key and they put their foot on the gas pedal and they put it in drive and they drive down the road and they move this big hunk of steel and plastic down the road to do the things that they need to do. How does that happen? What makes the power to make us move this down the road? Let's go find out. So, what makes this car move? When we put our foot on the gas pedal, it makes a noise and we move down the road. The main part that's going to push us down the road is called the engine. It was part of the powertrain system. It makes sense. Power comes from it. So this engine needs to create a turning force. It makes sense. Our wheels go round and round to get us going down the road. How does it make all of that force, that turning force, push us down the road? Let's find out. Now, I've got something to show you. See, if you were here, you'd take an engine, you'd take it apart, and you'd put it back together and make it run. Well, I've got a few engines here, and we're not using them. So I thought what I'd do is I'd show you a little bit about how it works. Now, you still don't know the basics. You still don't understand how, parts of an engine, like a crankshaft and like a camshaft, can make everything work. So I want you to watch this video. I think it'll be up there.
Yeah, no, you won't find it up there. I thought I could do that. I can't do that. So instead of recording that again, I'm just going to record this and say, the link is under the link that you clicked on to get to this video. And then when you're done that, come back here. See you then.
Welcome back. Well, that was an old video, way back in before I was born, let's just say. But it really describes well how the four-stroke engine works. And so I've got an example here of a four-stroke engine that you would be taking apart. This is a 5-horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine. And if you were here, you'd be pulling off this blower housing and taking off this muffler and removing this cylinder head gasket and looking inside. But you're not here. Sorry. Maybe you'll have to take Mechanics 10. But if you were here, we'd take it all apart and I'd get you to describe how the 4 strokes of the 4-stroke engine would work. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take an engine partially apart so that you can see inside. And then I'm going to grab the flywheel and I'm going to spin the flywheel and I'm going to show you exactly how it works on the engine that you would be taking apart. Let's go. All right, so I've got an engine here. It's got a cylinder head on it. I'm going to pull it off so we can see on the inside of this engine. And I'm going to explain to you exactly how the 4 strokes of a 4-stroke engine works. First, let me turn the crankshaft. You can see that the crankshaft over here is turning and I'm moving the flywheel. You can see that the piston is moving up and down, and the exhaust valve, this little one, is opening and closing, and the intake valve, this big one, it's also opening and closing. And I'm going to stop at exactly the right time. Now, there's one thing you need to know. A stroke is when the piston goes from the top to the bottom, or from the bottom back up to the top. Top to bottom, bottom to top. That means one cycle of this engine is 1, 2, 3, 4 strokes. a four-stroke engine. As I explain it, I want you to fill in the chart, and if you fill in the chart most of the way but don't get it all, just back up the video and do it again. Here we go. On the intake stroke, the piston moves down, and the intake valve is open, the exhaust valve is closed, and the air in the fuel mixture is entering the cylinder. On the compression stroke, the piston is moving up. The intake valve is closed, the exhaust valve is closed, and the air-fuel mixture is being compressed. Remember, the cylinder head's sitting on top, holding all of that in. At exactly the right time, a spark ignites, starting the air-fuel mixture on fire. That pushes the piston down. On the power stroke, the intake valve is closed, the exhaust valve is closed, and the air-fuel mixture inside is burning and exploding and expanding and pushing that piston down. The next stroke is called the exhaust stroke. The piston is moving up, the exhaust valve is open, the intake valve is closed, and the air-fuel mixture is being pushed out of the cylinder. Well, at this point, hopefully you've filled in the chart. You understand a little bit better about how the engine runs and pushes this car down the road. Now what I want you to do, if you've got time, and we know we've got time, is try and memorize how the four-stroke of a four-stroke engine would be. And this is what I would do. Rewatch the video, mute the video, and try explaining it as I'm turning it in the video. Once you're good enough to explain it, and I would try explaining it to like your brother or your mom or your dad or something like that, then I want you to go on to Google Chat and leave me a message, and I'll try and set up a video chat with you. See you later.